This is the Booyah Queen Carlin XP, and you're listening to Hot Topics with Vanessa and Sammy. Don't forget to keep it expelicious.
Mafia baby, hey, it's your boy Kex Mafia, and you're listening to Hot Topics with Samantha and Vanessa. We taking it back. Yes, I.
This is Shabin, and you know what I love? The heat on Hot Topics.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Renee Francis of the NYPD, and you're tuned in to Hot Topics with Vanessa and Samantha on Kyrie FM.
Yo, that's your boy DJ Koboli, big up Hot Topic with your girl Vanessa and Sammy, big up one time.
Hey yo, it's your boy Colton T, and I'm representing for Hot Topic, shouting out my girl Vanessa and Samantha. My struggles they more temporary, and my trouble days could never face me. Yeah, they could never face me though, yeah.
You know it's your boy, Selector Urban, and you're listening to Hot Topics with Vanessa and Samantha. Your topic, our topic, everybody's topic. Let's talk about it.
Yo, this is JJ Youth from TK International, and you're locked into Hot Topics with Vanessa and Samantha.
Yo, greetings. This is Kofi, your rebel rocker, representing for Hot Topics. Yo, say the topic hot, red hot, just like Vanessa and Sammy say, you know, them girl, them blazing hot, red hot, Hot Topics.
Hey, you know already, it's your boy DJ Rio, and you're locked in to Hot Topics with Vanessa and Sammy.
Sycamore.
Hello. Welcome. It's Tuesday. A somber Tuesday it is today, but today is the first day of summer and the beginning of the summer solstice. Oh, guys, today is the longest day of the year. So today we will experience more sunlight.
Good, so I can stay out later.
That one was, I think she was waiting for that. Yep. So, yeah, you can do the beach. You can go to the beach at 7, celebrating your birthday today. Good afternoon. It's a special day to have a birthday.
Yes.
June 21st, the beginning of summer, the longest day in the year. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, come on. You have party.
And my darling celebrated yesterday. Sean Walsh, aka Wawa, happy belated to you. And DJ Commodore Ian Thomas, happy belated.
I don't even understand what's going on. 1 minute is your darling.
I have Dudu, I have darling, I have Shiwi, I have Kokot, I have Chem, we have Chew.
I don't have those good times in a pile. Guys, we're going to take a little walk to our sponsors. Do not go anywhere. When we come back, the discussion is going to be hot,
fiery,
sizzling.
See, I have the water.
Mm-hmm. Don't dash me today again. Don't dash me today again.
I'll try not to.
So it's always a party on Kyrie, and that's why we're promoting Canon Lipstone Month.
Mm-hmm.
Dominica and the Creole world, get ready for the greatest manifestation of Creole expressions. July 2022, Cadence Lipso Month. Creole Heartbeat presents the second edition of Cadence Lipso Month. Look out for fringe events, panel discussions, master classes, documentaries, interviews, workshops, memorabilia. The first ever Cadence Lipso tent and more, culminating with the Cadence Lipso Tribute Festival at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, Fort Rosa. Friday, July 29th, tribute to the kings of Cadence Lipso music, Midnight Groovers. Saturday, July 30, tribute to the late creator Jeff Joe. And on Sunday, July 31, tribute to the maestro Fitzroy Williams. Cadence Lipso Month for July 2022. This summer promises to be one you will never forget. Cadence Lipso Month for July 2022. A celebration of a fusion of rhythmical patterns. Sakai Malad.
Peter Pross alongside Kyrie FM, the genuine song of Dominica, and Kyrie Song present White Top and Jeans Volume 2.
Yes, you heard right.
White Top and Jeans Volume 2, Friday, June 24th from 10 p.m. at Old Mill in Kenfield. Introducing in the left corner, the shortest, toughest, and most handsome DJ in Dominica. The ladies love his flow. Hello, DJ Slow. Introducing in the right corner, from Posse with Love, the DJ with the golden voice, the ladies man, the ladies diamond, Selector Urban. Two of the toughest DJs will be going head to head that night. Song for song, pong for pong. When the dust settle, ladies, who will be the last man standing? And from 1 a.m., we taking the vibes to the next level with the People's Band,
The Booyah Band,
the Powder Guy, hello, the Daybreak Specialist, Triple K Band, baby. The price is only $25. Security is going to be extremely tight, zero tolerance. As usual, a well-stocked bar with you, and the kitchen will be bubbling with enough local cuisine. So remember the date, Friday, June 24th from 10 p.m. All about White Top and Jeans, Volume 2 with DJ Snow, Selector Urban, and Triple K at Old Mill in Kenfield. Don't miss it.
all COVID protocols will be observed.
Having an event? Get a wide variety of armbands at Kyrie FM. Paper, waterproof, armbands with drink ticket stubs, plain or patent armbands, and more. Starting from 50 cents, we also sell by boxes. Have your event in style. Choose from our wide assortment of armbands. Visit our office on 42 Independence Street, Roseau at Kyrie FM for all your armbands.
Hey mom, congratulations! You've been a boss mom for about a year now, and whew, we are so proud of you. Your little bundle of joy is growing up and developing so nicely, and it's so wonderful to witness. Dutch Lady is here to support you through the next significant stage of your child's growth and development with Dutch Lady Growing Up Milk, fortified with DHA, a key nutrient for your child's brain development and
And we are back. Thank you guys for staying with us, and welcome to the new viewers in the live, and welcome to all the new listeners.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
So today our topic is we are continuing the discussion for Kanisha, because we hold her dear to our hearts.
Indeed.
So we are not just going to forget about her,
right,
and jump into something else. Although we have a lot of, you all know how we do it on Hot Topics.
Yeah,
we always have interesting things for you all.
But we're gonna deviate a little bit, maybe Thursday and Friday. But
yes, but for today we are continuing the discussion of Kanisha, because we want to give the police strength. We want to let them also know that we haven't forgotten about them.
Exactly.
Because I saw several loads of police officers heading out today, and my thoughts and prayers are with them, that Jah open their hearts, their eyes, and their ears, and direct them to where this child is.
Yep, indeed.
We need closure. We need closure. So, guys, today the topic continues. Where is Kanisha? And today we'll be exploring some of the evidence that the police shared with us. When in the police press release, it was not a press conference, which I would have liked it to have been, so some reporters could have asked some really important questions. But it was a press release, and in that press release, the police said that Kian, the deceased, the deceased had given them some information that led them to believe that they could locate the child. Okay. Yes, and it's 3 days since it's there. 4 days. We're going into 4 days since his death, and there's no sighting of Kanisha. So we want to talk today. We just want to talk. We want you all to give your input because, you know, the police, the government, everybody listens to Hot Topics. And, you know, some real... Let me tell you something, Vanessa. We changing the globe, you know. Remember we had this discussion. Not to deviate too much.
Too much.
But we have to say the impact of Hot Topics.
All right.
Remember we had the discussion that transgender men should not compete in female athletic sports.
Yeah.
And then recently there was a situation
where that came up.
Yes,
they
were banned from competing. We will discuss that later on. But we just want you all to know how far Hot Topic goes.
How effective we are and how far we reach.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we'll continue now. So we want you to call in, send us your messages on WhatsApp, and comment also on the live. Give us your opinion. Tell us what you think. We're going to be exploring what Kian said to the police and how valid is that information.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday we touched on that, and remember I was saying that he wasn't. He probably wasn't lucid when he gave the information. He didn't even know what he was saying. So how valid is that? Because we're out here calling him a lunatic. We're out there calling him giving him all sorts of mental illnesses. So how valid can his statement be?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's in between. I'm just throwing the question out there. How valid is the information given by a lunatic? Like, where are we really?
Okay, so Google Dictionary describes a lunatic as a person who is mentally ill. It's not the professionalism of the word,
Right.
but it is largely accepted to describe a person who is erratic in their mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
it's like an umbrella too,
right?
Kind of.
So we have some callers on the overseas line.
Let's start with them.
Yes, with the overseas line. Hot Topics. Good afternoon. Short, sweet, and to the point.
Oh, Sammy, you chasing me away already?
No, we want to give as much people as possible the opportunity to call and to share.
It's all good. All right, so the topic is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think because he's a lunatic makes his statement invalid.
Mm-hmm.
Law enforcement around the world has deemed it the first 20 seconds or the first 60 seconds of any, what's the word that's going to look for? Perpetrator
Mm-hmm.
is the gospel truth. There's more truth in the 60 seconds that they answer, they interrogate them.
Mm-hmm.
That 60 seconds is the most crucial evidence that they can derive from the thing. That's why they have in the States, they have your Miranda right.
Mm-hmm,
and they give you the right. They say you have a right to be silent.
Mm-hmm.
Warning you, because they know that the information that they're going to derive from you that's what they're going to use for the rest of the investigation. I just wanted to add this to that.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much. We appreciate
Thank
your
you so much for your contribution.
Mm-hmm. That's we didn't know that, but I do know that the first minutes of a suspect's confession is typically the most valid.
Sammy, I'm seeing here a comment from Andy, and he's saying the Lindbergh baby kidnapping has not been solved for over 90 years in spite of the FBI's global reach and the U.S.'s wealth and power. You remember that kidnapping thing that had been ongoing before my time, your time, plenty people time.
There's a lot of kidnappings because I watch Unsolved the documentaries, the Unsolved documentaries, and then I also watch this program where they hunt the lakes. They use modern technology to solve all crimes, and most of it is from missing persons who disappeared. And they go in the lakes, different lakes around the States, and they look for them. Some of those situations happen 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and it's just closure to their family.
Indeed.
Yep.
Because, I mean, you never really have closure until you have some sort of concrete information that at least, okay, that child was found. It doesn't matter if it's 50 years later. That person was found, that family member was found. You know what I mean? Okay, finally, I know for a fact. Yes, I have the physical proof right here in front of me. We can bury or we can,
You can go through the process of mourning.
Yes, and grieving.
Bury your dead and move on. Because, psychologists give you an exact pattern people people grieve. How people grieve.
Yeah.
I can't remember it right now to tell it to all you. But they go through the acceptance stage, denial stage, and all of those things. And when you have something like that is unsolved, you do not get the opportunity to grieve and to go through all of these stages.
Right.
You're just there in limbo. And for years and upon years, you're just there in limbo. Look at her mother disappeared 7 years ago. And, I mean, we have to say disappeared because she has not been confirmed as dead. Some people are saying she come and take her child. Some people are saying the child was shipped to her. You know, there are so many theories because we have that still unsolved situation hanging over us.
Yeah.
When it comes to the mother.
That is true. So you were talking about the stages of grief, Sammy. So I just pulled it up.
Okay.
And it's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, I can't believe this. I saw him just this morning. How is that true? And the next time, what? You know, it's like, how did that happen? Who did that? And then the bargaining. Okay, God. So if you bring him back, I wouldn't smoke for 6 months. You know.
Yeah.
And then the depression, you start like, okay, you don't want to see anybody, you don't want to talk to anybody, and finally you figure, okay, right, that's it, true pull.
Yeah. You start to move on, put things in order, pack up the clothes, think about life without the person and how you're going to move on. Those periods don't just happen just like that.
No.
It takes a lot of people a lot of time. I know.
And Sammy, it's not just for death, you know. Okay, those of you out there with a go well, that might help you too.
I just get over that fast.
I haven't gotten one as yet.
Well,
I say as yet. I haven't gotten one.
I don't worry if you haven't gotten a GoPro because you may not label it a GoPro, but when it exits your life and you are comfortable with it, the void it leaves, Bochi, good or bad.
Avoid?
Guys, I lie? Am I lying?
I haven't felt that. Call me inhuman. But it's time for you to go, you go. That's why I always say I don't have expectations of people or events.
Okay, somebody's asking, are we sure what the police is saying is true? And we are going to take this call and we'll come back to your comment, Akil. Hot topics, good afternoon. Short, sweet, and to the point. Good afternoon.
I always have a mind that child is alive. That child hides somewhere in a hole, time from out and side. I have a feeling that child begging for help. That child is alive. Wherever they put that guy, around that area, that child is on the hole somewhere there.
Okay.
So, thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Sir, I even know how much I hope your contribution is true, yeah? I hope it's true. I pray it's true.
So let's say for example she's bound and gagged and she cannot move from where she is.
You think
he's been dead 4 days.
You think Ian has the presence of mind to wrap up mouth and wrap up hands and got a later?
Well, in
the situation.
Well, he looking like a bushman ninja. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think maybe he would have the presence of mind to put her somewhere and lock the place. Put something behind it so that she doesn't escape. Like, you know how you try to restrict a little animal from moving anywhere? I think, for the gagging, tying the mouth and the hands and the feet, it would take a lot of mental awareness, you know, of your present situation and circumstances for him to be able to.
But you never know, because lunatics tend to be overthinkers as well.
Okay, we have a comment there from an ex-officer in England, and she's saying, as an ex-officer in England, only limited information would be shared to the public. On my opinion, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, please do not raise your hopes up too high. Persons who committed the crime knew his intentions. Okay, so what she's saying is that he knew his intentions, he knew what he was going to do. He don't take the child to play Bebel. We have to come to grips with that. It's not something that we want to face or to think that those kind of a heinous... Oh boy. These things can exist in a society that we live in. I mean, this is us. This is Dominica. And I don't know.
So...
But I know I saw a lot of comments questioning like his medication and stuff like that. I know when you give them the injection, they're like a straight jacket dribbling on them. And a lot of people do not like to see their family members like that. Because
But there are other options in terms of the medication.
Yes, but there are the pills, and the pills, you have to give it to them every day. But when they get the injection, it lasts for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, and that is when they're in a psychotic state. When they're kicking and fighting, and you just want to calm them. You just want the instant calm so you can get in and talk with them and try and figure out what is going on.
When they get the injection, Vanessa, I have that's my personal experience. I have had a family member who was roaming the streets, talking a lot of stuff, and at one point we feared for his safety.
Mm-hmm.
So he got the injection, and let me tell you, from the kind of a person he used to be, always laughing, kicking off, making jokes and stuff like that, he was in a danger to society when he was ill.
Mm-hmm.
He was the fear was that he would go missing and never be found, or he would fall along somewhere and nobody knows, or anything like that. So he was medicated with the injection, but when we saw the state that he was in, I'm like, no, this is no life for a person to be in. When you're under the injection, you are not aware of what's going on around you. You're just straight in one place. There are people calling your name and you don't even know that's what they're calling.
Yeah.
Hot Topics, good day. We have a caller.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Vanessa?
Yes?
I've been listening to all the radio talk, and I want to bring something to your attention.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when children are being adopted, they go through a process.
Mm-hmm.
And I understood that child was not fully adopted. He did not go through yet.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that there should have been a welfare officer monitoring that child.
True.
Checking the child, find out if she's okay, comfortable, if she's really ready for work. There must be an officer. When last that officer?
We're getting some feedback from your phone. Could you move away from your noise house? Hello?
Yeah, just hold on a minute.
Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, much better, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking, when last did that welfare officer check that child? When last she had a conversation with her? Because I heard on the radio a gentleman from up there saying that the child was a smart child. She always come to the shop, she always come and shop by him. And one day she said to him, but why you don't adopt me now? Why you don't adopt me? And I said that the child asked to be adopted. Which means something was going on in the house that the child was not happy.
True.
Right.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because she went to a man and is asking the man to adopt her. And he said when his wife came, he mentioned it to the wife, and they found it that what is going on. Did the people touch with the probation officer, the welfare officer, and let them know that is what the child said to them? Because something has to be definitely wrong. If that child was happy in that home, why would she ask
to
be adopted?
If there was love, if she felt loved.
I understood too that there was no electricity in the house, no internet, and the child is doing common entrance.
And at that age, 12 years old,
at that age,
you go to school, everybody talking about their experiences, their games, their
internet and what have you.
Yeah.
Alessala?
The child did not have that facility. Who was monitoring that poor child? That child was preparing for common entrance, living with a pastor and his wife. No electricity in the pastor house. No internet in the pastor house. You have a 12-year-old child. You're saying on the verge of being adopted. Who was the probation officer? Not the probation officer. Who was the
welfare officer? Yes.
Monitoring that child. Because the child has to go to court with the parents, with the adopted parents, and the welfare officer. Who say, well, I find they are reasonable people, who can take care of the child, and find the home is comfortable, and blah blah blah. She must give a report that will satisfy the judge that these people have a responsibility that they can go ahead with the adoption of the child.
Yeah.
Vanessa?
Yes.
House, the home where the child was living, the child had a problem there. Nobody was monitoring that child.
No.
Hence, she met that man, and whatever. 10 to 1, she could have asked the man to take her. Take me.
True.
Because she called him uncle.
She calls him uncle.
Uncle, take me. The holes are much bigger than what we think.
Yes.
Big holes, you understand? Big holes. No, the person who's supposed to tell you everything about the child is gone.
Right.
Gone. A question mark. Why? Why, when the Commissioner of Police acting came on the radio and said that they want to take the search in hand and under control. They don't want members of the public to carry on the search because they may do what they're not supposed to do because the police know what they have to do when the time comes, when they bounce on them or on they bounce on them. God forbid they bounce on him. And where are we now? We are still in limbo as far as this child is concerned.
So true.
We are still in limbo, and the person who's supposed to lead us or take us to where that child is, he is no more. He is not there. And 2 videos I saw 2 videos, and I have a very big question about the 2 videos that I saw, Vanessa.
Yes, with the guy, I came across those as well, with Kian.
One is walking handcuffed, he's handcuffed at his back, and police officers behind him. That is one video. Another one is showing him with how many outfits on him, and heaven knows what happened, where he get wounded. You understand? A lot of questions.
Okay.
A lot of questions. It's not a simple matter we're going through. God forbid we get that child. You know what it is. Vanessa? I don't know. Prayers will make us find where that child is. He's not police.
I think that's the most we can do at this point.
Prayers will make us find he's not police. Because honestly what is happening, I have a big question mark on the police. Bye-bye, Vanessa.
All right, thank you, my dear. Thank you for your contribution.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see we have I want to agree with her on something she said about welfare division.
Yes, because we had
And
touched on that last week.
Let me tell you, we will deal with them next week, God spare life. But something is wrong inside there. I mean, the last time when we addressed situations relating to welfare, they said that they did not have adequate resources.
They had limited resources.
But really, how much resources do you need for you to follow up on one child? I mean, come on. And everybody has the same issue with welfare. You all are not following up on the children. You all are not following up on the homes. We're going to overhaul all you next week. Hot topics today. Hi.
Yes, good day.
Short, sweet,
That
and
is-
to the point.
Yes, that is the reason why he said chap the pastor. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution.
Thank you
That is a
very
question that a lot of people have had on their minds. Why did he do it?
And then the auntie said that family would do anything for that with me, Vanessa. That family would do anything for each other, and it's obvious they're tight. And there's a lot of love there.
Right.
And that they're not going against, even in his situation and with what he did, they're not going against him for anybody.
No.
So what really happened?
Whilst the mother said that she doesn't condone his behavior, she never admit to loving her son any less.
I never even asked him to bring back the child. Good afternoon, Hot Topics, short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah.
Good
What I'm wondering is that the grandmother said 30 years she had been over. It looked like when she went over, the child wasn't even born yet. And all of a sudden, she come boom like Hurricane David, and she will be saying everything about a grandchild is a grandchild she come for. So, in other words, then, if Kian did not take a child, she would be the one kidnapping the child. Because she's saying that's a child, grandchild she come for after 30 years. She don't know how the child was eating, how the child wearing her shoes, or a roof about her head. All of a sudden, she just come boom like Hurricane David, and it's a child she come for. So, in other words, if Kian didn't take a child, it seems to me she would be taking the child. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for your contribution.
Okay. We have smart people in Dominica, you know.
Yeah, but Sammy, we can look at it that way as well. But before I get to looking at it that way, with regards to one of the previous callers, she mentioned, and we were talking about welfare and not doing what they have to do. You see, right now, that's why I keep saying that we are a reactive people. We are not proactive enough. Because if the correct follow-up was done by the welfare division, then we would have seen beforehand that there was probably actually a situation that warranted intervention. And
Pause there. Pause. Hold that thought. And the caller a while ago spoke about the grandmother coming for the child. The grandmother said she told them that she was coming for the child. The stepmother said, the adopted mother said, and other people in the community said that the child was asking people to adopt her.
Yes.
The adopted mother said she asked the child, who you ask to adopt you? And the child said, you vex? You vex? She said the child more of sassy. And when she was giving the example of the child being sassy, she said that she asked the child, who you ask to adopt you? No, the mother, the adopted mother said that she was looking for a place to put the child.
Yes.
If you're looking for a place to put the child, why would you have a problem with her asking people to adopt her?
Well, then again, it could be that it's the responsibility of the adult to find placement. But now, did she, as the guardian, I'm not even going to call her the adopted mother.
We're coming to what you were saying. And what the caller before said, that there was something wrong in the home.
Right.
Because they're saying they're looking for a place for her, but at the same time you have a problem with her looking for a place for herself. And she's asking everybody in the community to adopt her.
Yeah.
Something isn't right there, and the police need to spend some time on these people. And we have been saying this from the beginning. Well, we cannot say what the police is doing. We cannot. But a lot of time needs to be spent on these people. What exactly was going on in the household? What was this child going through? You have the comments there to read, Vanessa?
I'm seeing somebody asking a question there. Why did she tell her nobody wants you? Kira, specify that for us. Who told who?
The mother. Because let me tell you something. I get up early morning because it's over an hour long, and I myself don't have all that time for me to give to anything. So I get up early morning. I say tomorrow I'm going to deal with that, for me to listen to everything. And something she consistently kept telling the child, nobody wants you. We're the only ones that want you.
Wow.
She consistently kept telling the child that nobody wants you. When you tell a child that nobody wants you and they believe you're the only one that wants them, whatever is happening in the household, that child is going to take it.
That is some serious
they need to dissect everything that she said.
There's so much that has to be looked at in that whole situation. Let me tell you something. We need an independent investigation, not the police. All right, not our welfare association. We need an independent investigation into that whole situation, because there's so much going on that does not add up.
Who was the last person who saw the child
besides what's his name? Pastor. The
pastors claim that he saw the child, because we don't know if pastor saw the child.
The people at the church. Okay, she was at church.
Yes.
So the people in the church, how many of you all can say for a fact that Kenesha Etienne was at service that night? How many of you all will come forward and say what time she left and with whom?
Hot Topics, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Vanessa and Samantha.
I'll tell you what, I am listening to your program in Texas, but can you all keep to the topic as to where the child is, and keep to the point where the acting commissioner said the deceased told him that the child was in a house.
The acting commissioner never said that, sir. Nope. He never said that. Radio Bush said that.
Radio could copy.
The acting commissioner said that the assailants, the abductor, the deceased, gave them, he didn't say what the man told them. He said the deceased gave them information that is leading them to believe that they know where the child is. That is what he said. Okay? Yes. He didn't say where.
He never said where. It's Radio Pod Copy that was talking about basements and people who had dreams and revelations that the child is in a basement and close to the river. That was not a statement made by the deputy commissioner.
Granted, all these things were said. Do you think there's a need for us to bring in welfare now, or the child should keep as to where the child is supposed to be?
I think the safety of Kenesha is far past welfare, and I think welfare needs to be dealt with on a separate issue. The authorities that's responsible for welfare have to deal with them. Everything from top to bottom have to deal because they have some serious questions to answer.
Welfare should be able to tell us where the child is now.
Welfare will tell us where the child is.
How is welfare going to be able to answer that question, sir?
Why keep on blaming welfare and not the police?
We're looking at the... Okay, sir. Go ahead. Say the rest of your questions. I'll make a note and we'll respond to you. Say the rest of your questions. All right. Thank you for your contribution.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he's asking why blame welfare, not the police?
First of all, we haven't blamed welfare for anything. A caller called and she spoke about welfare not following up with placing a child or a child being in a particular home and welfare not being responsible for placing the child in the home and all of those things, because the lady gave a lot of information about her interaction with welfare. We haven't blamed welfare for anything yet. Wait for next week when we start to blame welfare. Then you'll call us and ask us why we're blaming welfare. We cannot put too much pressure on the police because the police out there looking for the child, and we need their heads to be clear for them to find the child. After they find our child for us, we will deal with them. Hot Topics,
yes,
good afternoon.
Yes, Hot Topics, good afternoon.
Yes.
But listen, remember, the child wasn't the pastor, the pastor wasn't the child. That's why the partner ended up cutting him at the home. So who else was there? Something was going on. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
That crossed my mind too. That has crossed my mind, and that has crossed a lot of people's mind, because
that's why we're asking.
Because that is just his account, and who are you? I don't even believe myself when I talk. Much some to believe a pastor.
That's why we're asking who else was at the church that night who saw Kanisha there with the guardians. I'm not going to call them adopted again. With the guardians or with the caretakers. You know, who else saw them? Who saw them leave? Did they leave together? Did she leave with the male guardian? Did she leave with both of them? You know, if she left with both of them, who came back? These questions are out there, okay? And there are no answers to them. It's like there are so many things that we're trying to wrap our minds around and trying to figure out this thing. There are so many holes, not even holes, Nasami, craters.
Yes.
All right.
And somebody on the live is saying, I don't believe the adopted mother and father. And that is what they label themselves when they came on the news, that they were the adopted mother and father. And somebody else is saying that they should be locked up. Another person is saying that they should be questioned. Hot Topics, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I really upset about we let down our child, you know. Plenty people let down our child. Bells people let down that child. Warner people let down that child. The welfare let down that child. Let me ask you, how somebody can be adopted and you live in long distance from the main road? Your house, a 12-year-old going to do exams. There's no light in the house. There's no internet. How come they're giving this kind of people to adopt that child?
And school is online a lot of the times.
You don't say something funny about that family. The whole family on both sides, they need to carry out an inquiry, an investigation, bring in all these people and let them people answer those. Let me tell you something here. I believe to myself, I telling you, they plot that. You see that thing, they adopt that child. Somebody plot that adoption, and I believe you see that key and Sakinoila. Other people was behind Mr. and Mr. has gone and take that child, but other people was behind all in that child of that house. That family, all that family was involved in that adoption, and they need to carry out a serious investigation about that. What's going on with these people? These people, you hear them talking, the grandmother, all of a sudden, the grandmother after how many years, she come for a child. And she's saying, oh, when she tell them she coming for the summer, the child disappear. But where was that grandmother in all that? Your daughter disappeared 8 years ago. That same grandmother daughter disappeared 8 years ago. Nothing to come out of that. All of a sudden, your granddaughter disappearing. You don't see something wrong with those people? All those people need to be bringing and question them. You know what I mean? I'll tell you straight.
I'm happy that you said that. She said she told them that she was coming for the child. What did the child know that they didn't want anybody else to know?
Well, let me tell you.
When the child was asking people to adopt her, the adopted mother said she confronted her, and the child tell her, "You vex."
Well, let me tell you, there's something awful wrong around with that pastor and his wife and that church with that little child. I tell you, they're awful wrong about them. That church herself. If all you see all the children of God are speaking the truth, police should bring all you in, all the members of the church, the pastor himself. They should question Mr. seriously, the wife too, because she compromising with her husband. That foolishness that's going on there. A child in a bush, no light, no internet, no. What is that? What welfare in about that? Or you can put a child and let somebody go with a child that has no accommodation, no nothing.
Remember, she was not legally adopted, so they were technically just guardians or caretakers.
Yeah,
Why
but they
don't I
label
know?
their side. They label
themselves adopted.
Yes, but so we will call them how they label themselves.
Well, I'm not calling them that way.
They label themselves. They label themselves as the adopted parents from the time the fiasco started. Okay, 6. So that's all because we have some questions. Some
I'm
comments to
telling
say.
you, look, the investigation have to go immediately.
And I agree with you 100%. We asking the questions that everybody afraid to ask. And something, Vanessa, that's in our society we like to we like position. So because it was a pastor who had her, and his wife, everybody relax themselves. Because I mean, like, what is safer than a pastor or a priest or whoever?
Who can you really trust this?